Fast fashion, the true price of cheap clothing. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's super relevant and honestly kind of eye-opening: fast fashion. You know those cute, trendy clothes that are way too cheap to resist? Well, we're going to unpack the hidden costs of that cheap clothing and why it matters. We'll chat about how those garments affect our planet, the concept of planned obsolescence, and he'll share some sustainable fashion choices that can help us all shop smarter and more ethically. Let's get started. First off, what exactly is fast fashion? In simple terms, fast fashion is about getting the latest runway trends into stores and online as quickly and cheaply as possible. Brands like Zara, H&M, and Forever 21 have mastered this game. They constantly churn out new styles, and as consumers, we can't get enough. But where did this all come from? In the late 20th century, a shift happened in the fashion industry that prioritized speed and affordability over everything else. Suddenly, shopping and wearing new styles became a regular part of our lives, making it easier to maintain a fresh wardrobe, right? But there's a catch. Let's talk about the life cycle of these garments. It all starts with production. Here's the thing: most fast fashion brands rely on cheap materials and outsourced labor. That often means workers are in pretty poor conditions, just to keep costs low. Once the clothes are made, they hit retail stores. Here's where the magic or madness happens. Brands use aggressive marketing tactics to push these styles, creating a sense of urgency that makes us want to buy now before it's out of stock. But what happens when the excitement wears off? Then comes the disposal phase. Did you know that the average American throws away about 80 pounds of clothing every year? That statistic is wild. When we toss out our clothes, they often end up in the landfill or incinerators, contributing to pollution and waste. Every time you're tempted to grab that $5 tee, remember, there's a pretty hefty environmental cost just waiting to surface. Now, let's dive into a concept called planned obsolescence. This is when products are designed to have a limited lifespan, pushing us to buy more frequently. Think about those trendy tops that start to fall apart after just a few washes. Isn't it frustrating? Brands know exactly what they're doing. They've created a situation where we're eager to replace our clothes instead of caring for them. It's like a vicious cycle. Brands like Fashion Nova and Boohoo exemplify this, constantly releasing new styles that we can't resist, even if we know they won't last. So what does all this mean for our planet? The implications are massive. Fast fashion is responsible for a shocking amount of textile waste. According to the EPA, millions of tons of clothes end up in landfills each year. On top of that, the production of this clothing contributes to air and water pollution. We're talking about microplastics, toxic dyes, and chemicals that seep into our environmental for the sake of that cute dress. It's not just our wardrobes suffering, it's the planet and the people in the supply chain too. So what can we do about it? Let's shift gears and talk about sustainable fashion choices. Sustainable fashion is all about making smarter choices in how we consume clothing. Start by investing in quality pieces that will last longer. Instead of filling your closet with cheap items, look for versatile, timeless clothing that you can mix and match. And hey, caring for your clothes is key. Washing them gently and storing them properly can extend their lifespan significantly. Another great tip: shop secondhand. Thrift stores and online platforms like Poshmark or Depop offer loads of unique styles at lower prices. Plus, you're giving pre-loved clothes a second chance. If you're feeling crafty, why not engage in clothing swaps with friends? It's a fun way to refresh your wardrobe without spending a dime. Finally, support brands that prioritize sustainability and ethical practices. There are some amazing companies out there doing just that. It's about making a conscious choice to be part of the solution instead of the problem. To wrap it all up, the fast fashion industry has some serious consequences for our planet and society, but as consumers, we have the power to change that. The next time you're tempted to buy those trendy pieces, consider the real cost behind them. Together, we can promote sustainability and ethical fashion practices that lead to a healthier planet while looking fabulous. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Let's start a conversation about how we can shop smarter. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay stylish and sustainable.